Good afternoon, everyone, and let me start by apologising for not being able to be with you today, but I couldn't pass up the opportunity to say a few words. Now, we all recognise that maritime faces a crossroads, arguably the most consequential in its history, and it boils down to a choice about how to power its future, a choice which in the end will determine that future. We all know that we can continue as we are, dependent on fossil fuels and falling behind as the rest of the economy gears up for net zero. Or we can choose to pin our colours to a different mast. One that protects 250,000 UK maritime jobs, one that unlocks thousands more in cleaner fuels and advanced manufacturing, and one that sees maritime drive the green economic growth that this country needs. Now, when I visit ports and maritime businesses, and when I speak to seafarers and apprentices, it's clear that for them, this choice has been made. I see a sector bursting with ambition and teeming with innovation, and this ambition, I am pleased to say, is matched in the corridors of power. The Maritime Decarbonization strategy, published last year, pledges zero emissions by 2050, and I was delighted to announce an extra £448 million last year for UK shore, as it continues to support hundreds of green shipping projects across the country. From next month, the UK Emissions Trading Scheme will cover domestic maritime, encouraging the adoption of low-carbon fuels, and a consultation on future regulations of fuel will follow later this year. But please let me be clear. While the long arc of this sector must bend towards sustainability, how that happens is up to industry, not government, up to the experts, not politicians, up to you, not me. And this brings me to nuclear and the exciting work of Core Power and others. Now, we know that nuclear alone cannot achieve our 2050 net zero targets, but we know that it can play a vital role. It is a key low-carbon complement to renewables, and the benefits to maritime are potentially huge. Close to zero greenhouse gas emissions, enabling long periods without refuelling, freeing up space for cargo due to high energy density, and providing stable and predictable costs by reducing reliance on fossil fuels. Now, as a Northern MP, I know the UK's depth of experience in nuclear. From Sellafield to Hartlepool, the north of England has incredible expertise, and we now have an opportunity to build on that strength. So my view is simple. Nuclear must be explored as a potential option alongside other fuel sources to build a cleaner, more resilient maritime energy mix. Now let me turn to why the UK is ideally placed to seize this opportunity. Firstly, our international leadership. As with any conversation about nuclear power, our minds naturally turn to safety. The UK will always push for the highest global standards for nuclear safety, security, and safeguards. That means shaping new laws around emerging technologies and alternative fuels through the IMO, and it means shaping international frameworks such as the upcoming IAEA Atlas Initiative. The second reason is the UK's inherent maritime strengths. I'll be honest, I can think of no better place to nurture maritime innovation than here in the United Kingdom. Around the world, the Red Ensign is recognised, respected and revered, and throughout this country you'll find world-class maritime professional services, as well as the UK Maritime Innovation Hub, which links innovators with regulators to get new technologies off the ground. A couple of miles away from here lies Lloyd's of London, the global marketplace for marine insurance. And just a stone's throw across the river, the IMO has been debating and codifying the rules of the sea for nearly 80 years. Maritime, quite simply, is in this country's bones. So my message to those innovators is simple. This government is on your side, and we will work with you to create the conditions that you need to thrive. And let me just end at this. When I look at the crises I've already had to face in this job, where instability abroad too often leads to disruption at home, it's clear that national resilience and energy security are needed now more than ever. And that is why we're here. It's why this event matters, and it's why I'm ready to work with all of you to secure the future of this great industry. Thank you.